How to fix RDR2 intermittent black screen error from unstable GPU core and memory overclock. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we're diving deep into a vexing issue plaguing many Red Dead Redemption 2 enthusiasts, the intermittent black screen error, frequently attributed to an unstable GPU core and memory overclock. This frustrating phenomenon can abruptly disrupt your immersive Western adventures, often presenting as a sudden loss of display output that might temporarily resolve with camera angle changes or persist until a system restart. Our comprehensive guide will unravel the intricate technical layers behind this problem, moving beyond simple adjustments to provide you with a robust methodology for diagnosing and rectifying GPU instability, ensuring your RDR2 experience remains seamless and stable. Understanding the root cause involves recognizing that while overclocking boosts performance, pushing hardware beyond its stable parameters, even slightly, can lead to graphical artifacts, driver crashes, or the intermittent black screens reported. The delicate balance between core clock, memory clock, and voltage requires meticulous tuning to maintain system integrity under heavy load, especially in graphically demanding titles like RDR2. We will explore a series of professional, deep-dive solutions designed to help you pinpoint the exact instability and restore optimal performance without compromising system longevity. Revert or safely adjust GPU overclock settings. The most immediate and critical step is to reduce your GPU's core and memory clock offsets to known stable values, or even revert to factory defaults. As evidenced by user reports, even a seemingly minor reduction from plus 170 MHz core and plus 1300 MHz memory to plus 165 MHz core and plus 1200 MHz memory can stabilize the system, eliminating black screen occurrences. This recalibration ensures the GPU operates within its validated thermal and electrical tolerances, preventing unexpected rendering errors. Perform methodical overclock tuning and validation. Instead of aggressive overclocks, adopt a gradual approach, increasing core and memory clocks in small increments, e.g., plus 10 MHz for core, plus 50 MHz for memory, and thoroughly stress testing after each adjustment. Utilize tools like MSI Afterburner or ASUS GPU Tweak 2 for precise control, and log GPU telemetry such as temperatures, clock speeds, and power draw during testing. This iterative process allows you to identify the precise threshold where instability begins, establishing your GPU's true stable ceiling. Conduct comprehensive GPU stress testing. Engage dedicated benchmarking and stress testing applications such as 3D Mark, FurMark, Unigen Heaven, or Superposition for extended periods, at least 30 to 60 minutes. These tools are designed to push your GPU to its limits, revealing instabilities that might not appear during casual gameplay. Closely monitor for visual artifacts, crashes, or black screens during these tests, as they are strong indicators of an unstable overclock. Monitor GPU telemetry and system metrics. Employ advanced monitoring tools like HYNFO64, GPU-Z, or the monitoring overlay within MSI Afterburner to observe critical GPU parameters in real time. Key metrics include core clock, memory clock, GPU temperature, hotspot temperature, power consumption, TGP, and utilization percentages. Discrepancies or significant fluctuations in these values, especially under load, can indicate thermal throttling or power delivery issues contributing to instability. Update graphics drivers to the latest stable version. Outdated or corrupted graphics drivers are a frequent culprit behind display anomalies. Visit your GPU manufacturer's official website, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, and download the absolute latest WHQL-certified drivers specifically for your graphics card model. Newer drivers often include performance optimizations and critical bug fixes that can enhance stability, especially with demanding titles like RDR2. Perform a clean graphics driver installation using DDU. For persistent driver-related issues, a standard driver update might not suffice. Utilize Display Driver Uninstaller, DDU, in Windows Safe mode to completely remove all traces of previous graphics drivers, then perform a fresh installation of the latest drivers. This ensures no conflicting files or settings from older driver versions interfere with your new installation, providing a pristine driver environment. Verify Red Dead Redemption 2 game file integrity. Corrupted game files can lead to various in-game anomalies, including rendering glitches and black screens, particularly if the game client struggles to load necessary assets. Use your game launcher's built-in verification tool, e.g., Steam's Verify Integrity of Game Files, Rockstar Games Launcher's Verify Game Files option. This process scans for and replaces any damaged or missing game files, ensuring the game's integrity. Toggle between DirectX 12 and Vulkan API. Red Dead Redemption 2 supports both DirectX 12 and Vulkan rendering APIs, and stability can vary significantly between them based on your hardware and driver configuration. If you experience issues on one API, switch to the other in the game's graphics settings menu. While DX12 might introduce screen tearing in certain cutscenes for some users, Vulkan can sometimes be less stable with certain GPU overclocks, as observed in the forum thread. Disable all in-game and system overlays. Third-party overlays from applications like GeForce Experience, AMD Radeon Software, Steam, Discord, or Xbox Game Bar can sometimes interfere with game rendering and stability, especially when combined with an overclock. Temporarily disable all these overlays one by one to isolate any potential conflicts. This reduces the number of hooks into the game's rendering pipeline, often improving stability. Evaluate power supply unit, PSU, adequacy and stability. An insufficient or aging power supply unit can struggle to provide stable power to an overclocked GPU under full load, leading to voltage drops and system instability that manifest as black screens. Ensure your PSU has sufficient wattage overhead for your entire system, especially considering your overclocked components. Test with a known good, higher wattage PSU, if possible, to rule out power delivery as a factor. Optimize GPU thermals and cooling. Elevated GPU temperatures, particularly with an overclock, can trigger thermal throttling or even outright instability, leading to display issues. Ensure your PC case has adequate airflow, clean your GPU's heatsink and fans, and consider reapplying high-quality thermal paste if temperatures remain excessively high. Effective cooling is paramount for maintaining overclock stability over extended gaming sessions. Cautiously increase GPU voltage if experienced. For advanced users, slightly increasing the GPU core voltage, core, through tools like MSI Afterburner can sometimes stabilize an otherwise unstable overclock, as higher voltage can provide more headroom. However, this must be done with extreme caution and in very small increments, as excessive voltage can lead to increased heat, reduced component lifespan, and potential hardware damage. This step is generally a last resort. Adjust in-game graphics settings to reduce load. Temporarily lowering demanding graphics settings within RDR2, such as texture quality, anti-aliasing, shadow quality, or volumetric effects, can significantly reduce the computational load on your GPU. If the black screen errors cease after reducing settings, it suggests your overclock was only marginally stable and struggled with the game's highest demands, indicating a need for further tuning or a less aggressive overclock. Ensure your Windows operating system is up to date. An outdated Windows installation might lack critical updates that improve system stability, driver compatibility, or DirectX components, all of which can impact game performance and GPU stability. Regularly check for and install all available Windows updates, including optional driver updates from Microsoft, to ensure your operating system provides the best possible environment for gaming. Consider motherboard BIOS/UE5 firmware update. While less common, an outdated motherboard BIOS/UE5 firmware can sometimes affect PCIe lane stability or power delivery to the GPU, especially with newer or overclocked cards. Consult your motherboard manufacturer's website for the latest stable BIOS version and follow their instructions meticulously for updating. This advanced step should only be undertaken if other solutions fail, due to potential risks involved. Disable RAM XMP/DOCP profiles. If your system RAM is also overclocked via XMP, Intel, or DOCP AMD profiles, this can sometimes introduce system instability that might appear as GPU-related issues. Temporarily disable these profiles in your motherboard's BIOS/UE5 to run RAM at its JEDEC standard speeds. If stability improves, it suggests a potential conflict between RAM and GPU overclocking or an unstable RAM profile. Reseat your GPU and power cables. A fundamental hardware troubleshooting step is to physically reseat your graphics card in its PCIe slot, ensuring it's firmly seated and locked. Also, ensure all supplemental PCIe power cables are securely connected to the GPU and to the power supply. Loose connections can lead to intermittent power delivery issues and graphical anomalies. Monitor system RAM and VRAM usage. Extremely high system RAM or VRAM utilization can sometimes trigger memory management issues that manifest as display problems. Use Task Manager or GPUZ to monitor RAM and VRAM usage while playing RDR2. If either is consistently near its capacity limit, consider reducing texture quality or other memory-intensive settings in the game. Test RDR2 in borderless windowed mode. Switching RDR2 from full-screen exclusive to borderless windowed mode can sometimes mitigate display-related issues, especially those related to driver interaction with the display compositor. This mode can offer improved alt-tabbing responsiveness and occasionally resolve certain intermittent display glitches that occur only in true full screen. Check for background processes and conflicts. Ensure no demanding background applications or services are consuming significant CPU, RAM, or GPU resources while RDR2 is running. Use Task Manager to identify and temporarily close any unnecessary programs that could be competing for system resources, potentially exacerbating the instability of an overclocked GPU. By meticulously following these deep-dive troubleshooting steps, you can systematically diagnose and resolve the RDR2 intermittent black screen error caused by an unstable GPU overclock. Remember, Patience and methodical testing are key to achieving long-term stability and enjoying your gaming experience to its fullest. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more expert technical guides and in-depth hardware analyses.